Good evening, everyone. Like I told you all on the last one, I've got a few more videos to put out tonight because the Lord has put it on my heart to get it out to y'all. So, the first thing I really want to talk about is, and make this really a confirmation video, because I've mentioned several times that I've had multiple different confirmations, like innumerable, literally every single day. But I'm gonna give a couple of examples of some really powerful ones. So the weekend before the recently passed 23rd and 24th, before I went into the weekend and went on my vacation, I was, several weeks before, I was really pushing the message, the gospel, the message to get your hearts ready. But there was a couple people that I had not had the opportunity to actually talk to yet, and I really had one of those people on my heart going into the weekend. That being said, this person does come and do help me out with the lawn care. Good man, excellent man. He's got the biggest heart. But I had it on my heart to talk to him going into the weekend. That Saturday morning, I truly just felt like I was under attack, for a multitude of different reasons that I'm not going to really get into. But that morning, I prayed my heart out, and at the end of the day, I needed to get out of the house, and I just felt a need to get out of the house, so I did that. And I went to a gas station that I usually go to pick up a couple of things, and lo and behold, that person I had on my heart, the person that I had not had the opportunity to talk to yet, was pulling up, driving in front of me before I got to the gas station. I thought I recognized this truck, and pulled into the gas station, same gas station that I was going to. Pulled up next to him, and sure enough, there he was. Opened the window down, looked over at him. I'm like, man, what are you doing here? And, he was busy. He was doing a lot. But, God is so good, man. Like, he really, truly is. But, it was meant for him to be at that gas station at that particular time. And I went ahead and went inside and got what I needed to get. One of the things that I got, I was getting a vape that I needed. Okay, and though some people may look down upon that and may have all this judgmental stuff to say, but I tell you what, faith and love is above all. So, but that's not the point. The point is the fella that was at the gas station that was waiting on me. Man, he, I was getting the vapes, and he was starting to talk to me, and he was just trash talking Trump, and this, that, and the other. And you know what? The only thing I really noticed about that whole scenario was his heart. His heart. The hatred in his heart. And I just, it really stuck with me. Like, it was meant for me to notice his heart. And he had hatred in his heart. I didn't call him out on anything or anything like that. Honestly, none of what he said really bothered me. I just kind of went in one ear and out the other because I'm at peace, right? But I noticed his heart. But I still treated it with kindness. And, I hope that he has a change of heart, and I hope that he clears his heart out. But I think it was meant for me to see his heart. And then my fellow coworker, he came in, and we were just kind of, shooting back and forth, having a little fun. We came out of the gas station. I came out before him, got in my car, and then he came out and went in his truck. And I told you at the beginning I had him on my heart from the beginning, leading into the weekend. I wasn't initially going to fill up my car, but I changed my mind, and I decided to go ahead and do that. Also to kind of test the waters and see, if he was going to be coming over, do the work to the lawn and everything like that. Really kind of see, when I was going to have the opportunity to talk to him. But I decided to go ahead and get gas and, talk to him for a minute. It wasn't the right moment. He had a, busy day ahead of himself, and he really had to get going. So, but I continued to fill up. And I had mentioned, seeing the numbers in my confirmations over and over and over again every single day without fail. And I kid you not, I filled my car up, topped it all the way off, and the numbers were there. The numbers I'm referring to are 7, 9, and 23. So I filled up, and it was exactly 12.793 gallons. Two of those numbers I mentioned before, that's being seen quite a bit of, 2 and 7. But the reality of this scenario was it was the 7 as a confirmation number, and then 923. Okay, one may be a coincidence, right? Get done filling up. I look directly across from where I'm pumping gas after my buddy pulls his truck up. There's a mattress store next to this gas station. The phone number on the box truck, guess what? It's got the same numbers, not in the same order, same numbers. 3297. I leave to go home. I drive just a little bit further up the street. I kid you not, a sign for a business, phone number on it. Guess what? Same 4 numbers are there. 7923. I get home, I've had all this happen to me, right? And I know the way he's been working with me and showing me confirmation. So out of curiosity, I'm like, man, I wonder how much I've spent at the bank or spent at the gas station. So I checked my bank account. And I kid you not, same 4 numbers as my account balance. I wasn't even looking for that. I was trying to see how much I spent because I couldn't remember. Same 4 numbers. As my account balance. How many coincidences does it take before it's not a coincidence anymore? All that being said, I've still had multiple confirmations prior to that. Well, later on, my coworker, he shows up. He gets done with the yard, and I take the opportunity to fellowship with him, and tell him about the visions I've had, and matters of the heart, and really giving him the gospel, and the gospel of Jesus Christ. And you know what? I was just telling him about how every single time, without fail, there's always confirmation right afterwards, after fellowshipping and going over everything with somebody. There's always confirmation. And I look down as I'm saying that at his bumper, because I've seen these numbers so many times at this point that it caught it out of the corner of my eye. And the phone number had the exact dates in it, and the confirmation number of 7, because that's the number he gives me all the time for confirmation. But literally, it had the dates exactly in order, both days. 7, 9/23, 24, in order. So you wonder why I have so much faith in what's about to go down for the 6th and the 7th. According to the Julian calendar, it's because I believe in my heart that's the truth. That's what's about to go down. I've seen too much. I've seen too many numbers confirming those days. A lot of you out there have seen the same confirmations, maybe in different ways, but you've seen the same things. What are the chances of thousands of people who have never even met or spoke to each other having all these confirmations of these same dates? And I'm not talking about the dates on our calendar, the pagan calendar, the Gregorian calendar. That's a lie. I'm talking about the dates we still ain't got to yet. The actual 23rd and actual 24th. I mean, you can't make this stuff up. You can't make this stuff up. I've got more. I've got way more. But I'm going to put it in another video, because I want this to reach as many people as possible, to give them an opportunity to hopefully understand what's about to happen. Because Jesus is coming. I've had too many confirmations and the visions and everything else to deny what I know is true. And which day, which hour, I don't know. But I'm pretty confident in the dates. And if you have questions about why I'm so confident about that, I had confirmations in the visions that I had. And then I've had confirmations with the numbers. I've had confirmations 6 ways from Sunday. Why am I so confident? It's because He has made it His purpose to make sure that I know, so I can testify to what I've seen, to share it with everyone, strengthen the body, and maybe put a fire on some of them people that don't believe. I was trying to veer away from pushing dates, and He pushed me in another direction. He's like, nope. Because it's so hard to really push a sense of urgency on the people and not give a time frame. And He has put it as a task to me to really let people know how close we are. We're literally on the door. Tomorrow or Tuesday, I have no idea, but I do believe that it will happen. I'm gonna move on to the next video. I love you all.